Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Brandon, your trusted realtor, and I'm coming to you with another amazing episode. So you may have been saying to yourself, hey, what's going on with you? We hadn't seen you here in a while. You hadn't made a video. What's going on with that? Well, the mortgage market and the real estate market has been super dynamic and changing. And there's a host of things that have been changing, and it's going to give me not only a host of content, but a lot of updates for me to share with you. Now, particularly, I think it's going to be important for us to talk about the changes that have been occurring in the ecosystem with the Maryland Mortgage Program. Yes, my friends, this is the program that is going to help you with that down payment assistance. Now, let's start over from the beginning so that we have a clear understanding about the scope of what we're talking about. When you're buying a home, what is the cost of buying a home? I like to divide that into three buckets. The first bucket of money that you're going to need to buy your home is your earnest money deposit. The earnest money deposit is that upfront money that says that, hey, here's my skin in the game, and I'm looking forward to interacting or transacting with you as the seller. So once you go into contract, the earnest money deposit is due within the first 5 to 7 days. So you'd ask yourself, how much is that? 1% of the loan amount. That's the cost for the earnest money deposit. If you're buying a house that's $400,000, your earnest money deposit is going to be $4,000. The second bucket of money is going to be your down payment. The down payment typically is going to be 3% to 3.5%, depending on the loan type that you use, whether conventional or FHA. That loan type is going to be dictated by you preeminently, your credit, and then, of course, by the lender or the mortgage company that you choose. The down payment is allowed to be covered through a program or some type of assistance, a grant, or a loan. We'll talk a little bit more about that later in this episode. And then the third bucket of money you have is the closing cost. The closing cost is good old American capitalism. It's the cost of doing business and the transaction. It's the title company and the lenders, their fees for the transaction. It is also where the title company has to put aside roughly 6 months worth of your taxes and insurance so that way they can cover that cost as it relates to your home and your property. Those are the three buckets of money as it relates to home ownership and the things that you can begin to think about. Now, when we begin to think about down payment and closing cost assistance, one huge program that is available in our region, DC, Maryland, and Virginia, is the Maryland Mortgage Program. The Maryland Mortgage Program has a few key changes. Before, if you all recall in one of my earlier videos, we talked about how the Maryland Mortgage Program was a grant program. A grant this, a grant that. They were granting funds everywhere. But that has changed immensely. All of the programs now that are being offered by Maryland or the Maryland Mortgage Program are loans. These loan products are down payment assistance loans that have to be repaid over time, but they have 0% interest on them. That means that you do not pay for the loans for taking them out or having them. They are purely for the purpose of helping you to get into a property. At some point, and there are specific cases in which you'll have to repay that loan if you refinance the property for some reason or if you sell it within 5 years. These first-time home buyer benefits are available to you as first-time home buyers as long as you're looking to purchase a home in Maryland. I also like to say that it's important to keep in mind that the Maryland Mortgage Program has minimum requirements. Now, while you have to qualify for a mortgage with your mortgage lender, you also have to qualify for down payment assistance with the Maryland Mortgage Program. Now, the Maryland Mortgage Program is going to have a minimum requirement of 640 in order for you to access these benefits. And much like a hotel where you could go into there and you could ask for a suite or a king size bed or a queen or just full, something with an oceanside view or a balcony, that is much like the Maryland Mortgage Program. There's a host of different options that are available to you, just really depending on what your specific needs are. They have they have a 3%, a 4%, a 5%, and a 6% down payment assistance loan. All of these different products are going to really be dependent on your income, and they're going to be dependent on your credit and where you qualify specifically, which is why getting pre-approved and having that discussion is really going to be the start of this process and having that discussion with a lender. Now, this down payment assistance loan and program are going to vary based on what your needs are. If you are an individual in a situation where you have the 3%, so in a $400,000 scenario, 3% of that is going to be $12,000. If you have those funds available, but you're just a little bit shy on the closing costs, then maybe that 3% program is available for you. What if you don't need any of the down payment assistance monies available? Well, in this higher rate environment, the Maryland Mortgage Program continues to have competitive rates. In fact, they most recently in the last 90 days I have been tracking that they have been recurrently on par with the mortgage market. That's right. The rates that are being offered by the Maryland Mortgage Program are almost comparable to many of your national banks. You name them, they're there. And this creates a huge opportunity because often when you make this comparison, what has happened in times past is that these down payment assistance programs have had a higher interest rate requirement than if you had just a standard conventional loan or if you just had a standard FHA loan. This creates a huge opportunity for individuals who are in the ecosystem and looking to purchase a home. Additionally, you have other programs that are available in Maryland, like the Maryland Smart Buy program. This is going to assist first-time home buyers with student loan debt. It's only for individuals who can qualify for a conventional loan, but it does offer you down payment assistance to pay off up to $30,000 in student loan debts that's required. In addition to that, the Maryland Home Ability Program. Now, this is the unsung hero of the Maryland Mortgage Program. If you or someone in your household has a child or family member with a disability or special needs, then the Maryland Mortgage Program has created certain income-based programs to assist you with the process of navigating home ownership. This Maryland Home Ability Program has been, quite frankly, a failure of the Maryland Mortgage Program because it was only underwritten in and by the Maryland Mortgage Program. However, what they've done is they've realized that this was a grave misstep in the opportunity to assist more individuals with home ownership. And what they've done is they've allowed mortgage lenders, these are individuals who play in the sphere and the field of creating mortgage loans and creating financing for individuals. They are allowing those mortgage lenders to underwrite the loan. What does that mean? That means if you want to use the Maryland Home Ability Program, you are in a much better position to likely get this property, the process reviewed and underwritten, and actually get the loan. Another benefit of the Maryland Mortgage Program, or a program within it, is the Montgomery Home Ownership Program. This program is amazing because it assists anyone who is a first-time home buyer or a repeat buyer with down payment assistance up to 40% of their household income, but a maximum of $20,000. This phenomenal program creates a huge opportunity for individuals who are looking to live in any part of Maryland, whether that's Montgomery County or even Prince George's County. There are programs and eligibilities for you. It's really a matter of us doing that first step, which is setting up a discussion, setting up a call, which is free to you. It's free to you, but can mean the difference and make the difference for multiple phases in your life. The Maryland Mortgage Program is an amazing program because not only is it available to first-time home buyers, but it's also available to individuals who are repeat buyers. That's right. If this is your second home or if you've liquidated your first home and looking to buy a second home, there's opportunities for you to be successful in this home buying experience. Now, we talk a lot about the Maryland Mortgage Program, but I like to let you know that's not the only kid on the block. When it comes to down payment and closing cost assistance, quite frankly, there's not many people in the country that want you not to be a homeowner. The idea, the perception, the belief that you can't buy a home is really personal. The process of buying a home is deeply personal. You have to come to that resolution yourself. Most recently, I spoke with someone who really was not willing to do a pre-approval because of the fear of losing 3 or 4 points from their credit score. Again, a deeply personal decision, but the reality is that the exponential wealth that you can create it and the amount of down payment and assistance that can help close the gap, really you have to ask yourself, like I always do, is the juice worth the squeeze? And frankly, let's talk about another program that could demonstrate why it's so important to move forward and investigate the process of what homeownership looks like for you. Now, in Maryland, they have another program called the Pathways to Purchase. The Pathways to Purchase is a 0% interest deferred payment loan. It provides you $10,000 if you are within 80% of the area median income. This allows you to be able to leverage additional monies on top of the Maryland Mortgage Program potentially towards the purchase of a home. These funds can either be used towards the down payment or towards the closing costs for a property. Another amazing benefit that is available about this program is that funds are cyclical. That means that funds are renewed for every year. In July, it's when Maryland does their budget cycle. When I last checked on the website for Maryland, there was over $100,000 that was unaccounted for in the ecosystem for individuals who have not chosen to raise their hand and to leverage these monies. Now, if you have a household size of one individual, 80% of the area median income is going to be $67,950. You can't have an income higher than that. If you have two people in your household, the 80% of that area median income is going to be $77,650. And if there are three people in your household, the area median income is going to be $87,359. Now, outside of the Maryland Mortgage Program, another phenomenal program that is available to you if you're looking to live in Prince George's County is the Prince George's County Purchase Assistance Program. This program, if you're a buyer who is actively employed in Prince George's County, it is one of the avenues to assist you with closing that gap. They're looking for individuals who are currently employed as a police officer, a corrections officer, sheriff, a deputy, a classroom teacher, a firefighter, an emergency medical technician, a nurse. These are all individuals who could qualify for $15,000 in assistance towards the purchase of a property. Now, eligible properties that could qualify for this include resales, anyone who wants to resell their properties, anyone who is looking to avoid particularly a short sale or foreclosure, or if they are looking to buy new construction. These are all loan types or property types that are going to be available to you and that can be used with this program. Now, let's say you're using or you're looking to use this program. You have to have an area median income above 80%, but not to exceed 120% of the area median income. So that means that if you're a three-person household, you're somewhere closer to $130,000, $140,000 before you would not qualify for this program. So an additional $15,000 purely for the type of employment you have for anyone who wants to purchase a home. Now, one of the last programs that we'll talk about, and one of the huge opportunities to purchase a home in Maryland, is the Green Belt Home Advantage. Now, this program assists people in the city of Greenbelt who are renters with down payment and closing cost assistance with purchasing in the city of Greenbelt using the Maryland Mortgage Program. This particular program will provide you with $15,000 that in the form of a grant to pay towards your down payment and closing cost assistance. Now, this fund or this program was launched January 23rd in 2023. It's a proactive attempt by the city to increase the number of individuals that are living there and the attractiveness of individuals to the area. This go without saying that there are a host of opportunities, there's a host of programs, and there's a host of pathways for you to be successful when it comes to home ownership. I'm Brandon, your trusted realtor. Hopefully there's something here that's been of note to you, and I look forward to being your source and your resource for all of your real estate needs. Take care.